Hello, hello, welcome to my very silly ASMR video. I haven't looked at the cast for the new Bachelor season yet, and I thought that it might be fun to do a little soft-spoken first impressions video, maybe even ear to ear with my new stereo microphone. So let's get started. First up, we have Abigail, age 25, client financial manager from Beaverton, Oregon. She is a beautiful soul from the Pacific Northwest who says that nothing makes her happier than enjoying a cold local microbrew on a beautiful Oregon day. Having a hearing impairment never stopped Abigail from living her life to the fullest. She loves being outdoors, and when she's not working, she loves to spend time with family whom she says bring out the best side of her. Okay, so she sounds alright, but I'm always skeptical of people who have to mention that they love their family because I feel like every single contestant always does that. But she's easygoing, laid back, always down to have fun, and ready to find the man of her dreams. Okay, ABC, you might want to fix that typo. She's looking for a man who will lift her up and make her feel like it's just the two of them in the whole wide world. Well, I hope he's able to do that amidst a crowd of, 20 to 30 women? That's gonna be a tough one. Good looks are definitely a plus. It's kind of weird to even mention that. Everyone who goes on this show are hot. Why do we have to point it out? That's funny. But she says that getting to know someone on a deeper level is far more important in a successful relationship. She says she doesn't believe in love at first sight, but we'll see if that holds up after she meets Matt. She loves to spend her free time golfing with her grandparents. She loves Calvin Harris because his beats slap. Her favorite way to approach a guy is by accidentally bumping into them. Oh my gosh. I feel like she probably made the Calvin Harris beat slap comment as a joke, and then the producers were like, we're totally putting this in her bio to make her look weird. I don't know. This whole accidentally bumping into them in quotations, I feel like they're gonna try to make her look like a weirdo, but that's just my first impression. I think she could go either way. She seems cool. But I don't know. We'll find out. Alright, next we have Alana. She's 26 and a photographer from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Alana has always taken the road less traveled. Instead of taking the traditional college path after high school, Alana leaned into her desire for adventure and moved to Europe, where she enrolled in different programs throughout Europe. She calls this decision her greatest accomplishment yet, because it took her on a journey of self-discovery and exploration that really shaped her into the independent woman she is today. That whole description sounds like turning a bunch of traveling and vacation stuff into something that sounds good on your resume. But that's really cool. I wish I'd done a lot of traveling like that, so no hate. Adventure is definitely a key component to Alana's life, her latest one being a move to Toronto completely on a whim. When Alana isn't off exploring the world, she loves spending her free time sipping bubbles at local wineries, painting or cooking, and is here with hopes of finding a man to share in the everyday pleasures of life. Will this journey be the greatest adventure of her life? We can't wait to find out. I'm gonna guess no, because it sounds like she's had a lot of really cool adventures. But yeah, cool. She sounds adventurous, spontaneous, spirited. She might be really cool. Oh, she says she's the queen of puns. I have a feeling I'm gonna like her just because of that. I really love bad jokes and puns. Her dream job would be working as a restaurant critic for Michelin restaurants. She loves to spend the holidays with her mom making fettuccine from scratch and watching The Holiday. Alright, Alana. Okay, next we have Abigail, 25, client financial manager. No. I already read hers. Okay. I'll go back. That's not back. I'm really screwing this up. Alright, I'll just go from here. Okay, so next we have Alicia, 24. Professional ballerina. That's really interesting. From New York City. She's a hardworking and incredibly driven woman. Yeah, you have to be if you're a professional ballerina. That's amazing. When she was 13, she began pursuing her career as a professional ballerina. Through years of dedication and commitment to her craft, she is now proudly living her dream, dancing for the prestigious Dance Theater of Harlem. While it took a ton of hard work to get where she is, Alicia wouldn't change a thing. After years of being unlucky in love, Alicia is ready to find a man who will absolutely desire her. Her ultimate date consists of a day on the boat drinking champagne and eating from a thoughtfully curated charcuterie board, followed by shopping and a romantic dinner at one of New York's best rooftop bars. Okay, this sounds a little pretentious, and I also don't understand wanting to shop on a date, just me personally. I feel like my boyfriend would not be into that at all, and I would just feel weird. But, to each their own. She describes herself as very confident but not sappy. She's not looking for anyone who relies on cheesy pickup lines and would prefer a man who gets straight to the point. For Alicia, it's all about finding a handsome, intelligent, and respectful man who is not afraid to put in the hard work to make their love go the distance. She once performed on stage with Aretha Franklin. That's really cool. She loves hot chocolate. She says she loves all vegetables except tomatoes. Some of these fun facts they put in are so random. Can you imagine a producer being like, so what vegetables do you love? I don't know how they come up with these fun facts, but I like it. It's unique. Okay, Alicia, I feel like she's gonna be cool. I'm really impressed by her being a pro ballerina. That takes a whole lot. So that's really cool. Alright, we have Amber, 30, nursing student, Costa Mesa, California. She's a vivacious single mother whose world revolves around her 13-year-old son. Currently, her typical Saturday night consists of dinner and board games with her son, or soaking in the jacuzzi with close friends. Amber finds it hard to date as a single mom, but now she is ready to focus on herself for the first time in a long time. When asked what her physical type is, Amber enthusiastically says, Matt James. Is there anyone who doesn't think he's hot, though? I mean, that's funny, though. That's a good answer. She's looking for a man with whom to travel the world and eventually have more kids. She's caring, trustworthy, and open-minded, but admittedly is also stubborn and a bit impatient. She says she's terrified of being on the edge of cliffs, but she's ready to take the leap headfirst into this once-in-a-lifetime adventure and hopefully return home with the man of her dreams by her side. Oh, it's so cheesy. While traveling through Joshua Tree, California, Amber once had to run away from a mountain lion. Oh my gosh. Her dream job would be to take care of beluga whales because they just make her so happy. I don't know why, but I just love that. Her dream is to live on a big ranch somewhere near a lake surrounded by trees and to rescue every animal she comes across that needs a home. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna like her, but we'll see. Also, nursing student is impressive. Like, nursing school's really hard. You have to be smart and hardworking. This is Anna, 24, a copywriter from Chicago, Illinois. She's a small-town girl living the big city life. She was born and raised in a tiny town in Minnesota, and at an early age, her parents nicknamed her Hollywood, thanks to her affinity for chic scarves and oversized sunglasses. As much as she loved her childhood, filled with Friday nights at the local bowling alley and family dinners at Applebee's, this high school cheerleading captain knew she was meant for something bigger. Now she lives in Chicago and says she is living the life she always envisioned for herself. Chicago is a really awesome place. I hate cold places, but it's one of the few cold places I would probably actually live. So good for her. She's looking for a man who will take her as the open book that she is, the good, the bad, and the ugly. She wants a man who wants to have a family just as much as she does, and who will have no problem being open and honest in communication. You know, something I've never thought about before is, have we ever had a lead who didn't want kids? I feel like obviously you have to want to get married, but I don't think there's ever been someone who was like, no, I don't want kids. Just food for thought. Alright, due to her Gemini vibes, she needs someone who is a match for her intellect, but will also always want to keep life fun. Oh, and her dream guy must enjoy doing puzzles with her. I don't know a lot about astrology, but I think Gemini is the one that a bunch of my friends said they're always crazy. But I don't read too much into astrology, so I don't know. Okay, Anna is terrified of fish and obsessed with cheese. She calls herself an experience junkie and once convinced a pilot to let her fly the plane over bluffs of Minnesota for 15 minutes. How do you convince a pilot to let you fly the plane? Wow, I'm impressed. She dreams of writing screenplays for Hallmark movies. Okay, she's gonna be a really good contestant then if she wants to write cheesy, sappy movies. Oh my gosh. She's gonna say all the right lines. Alright, that's Anna. Here's Bree, 24, communications manager from San Francisco, California. She is really something special. She was raised by her mother and grandmother, who made countless sacrifices to give her a fighting shot at having a successful life. For this reason, Bree has always outworked everyone around her because she learned early on that everything in life was earned, not promised. Bree now works for a high-profile social media company and is very proud of her achievements, as she should be. With her professional life intact, she is ready to focus on her personal life and find the man of her dreams. Bree describes herself as very laid back and someone who is not embarrassed easily. She says that she is always the alpha in the relationship, but will love to find someone who can challenge her and keep life interesting and exciting. It's very rare that she spends a weekend indoors and not outside hiking or hanging at the park in nearby beaches. One day, Bree hopes to have 2 or 3 kids of her own. Her dream is to live in Kauai and to live the island life eating nothing but sushi, swimming in the ocean and hiking. Brunching is one of her favorite activities. So basic, I love it. Bree has 2 tattoos, a wave on her left wrist and another on her right rib cage that reads 13 in Farsi. Okay, I'm not sure how I feel about her. It's because of sounding a little basic. But I like that she's outdoorsy. So, we'll see. I mean, it's hard to tell off of these bios. The producers are gonna give you, I don't know, they're gonna try and paint people a certain way and they might not actually be that way. I always take reality TV with a grain of salt. This is Carolyn, 30, journalist from LA. She's fiercely independent, but she's a serial monogamist who says she has always been the caretaker in her relationships. Now she's looking for a man who will want to take care of her but will also appreciate her for the self-sufficient woman she is. Carolyn wants a bold man who won't be afraid to challenge her and call her out if she needs it. She needs someone who will appreciate her intensity and bring an equal amount of passion to the relationship. The ultimate date for Carolyn is something spontaneous that involves traveling because she says, jumping into unfamiliar territory together is a great way to bond and get to know each other on a deeper level. Her ultimate turnoff is a man who spends all their time together name-dropping or bragging about his money, and instead hopes to find someone with a warm heart who is passionate about philanthropy. I really haven't run into many guys like that, but I wonder if LA has a lot of them. That's rough. Carolyn admits that when she feels that spark, she falls hard and fast, and she can't wait to see what happens when she meets Matt that first night. She likes post-punk music and definitely identifies as something different than your average top 40 basic girl. Okay, here's the thing. I respect people who are just like, you know what? I like Justin Bieber. I like pop music. Whatever. And it annoys me more when people are like, no, I don't listen to pop. I'm too good for that. I'm not basic. Like, it's the whole, like, not like other girls thing. So, yeah, that bothers me a little bit. Nothing makes her more upset than injustice. Anyone who abuses their own power over others makes her livid. In 5 years, she hopes to have published her first novel. Well, I wish they would say what it would be about. Or maybe it's just anything. She just wants to write a novel and doesn't know what yet. But okay. I don't know how I feel about her, Carolyn. We'll see. Once again. I really don't like the not like other girls shtick, if you can't tell. This is Casandra, 25, social worker from Newport Beach, California. She always told herself that she'd finish college and then settle down. Now that she has her master's degree in social work, it's time to find love. Okay, I already respect her because social work is so freaking hard just emotionally. I have a few friends who, well, one is studying it and one dropped out because she just could not handle it emotionally. So I really respect people who are able to do that. Casandra says coming on The Bachelor is her biggest risk she's ever taken for love, but she believes she and Matt have a lot in common. As a partner, she's loyal, compassionate, and caring. She's ready to find a man who she has a genuine connection with, and while she's a city girl at heart, she says she's truly at her best stargazing and eating s'mores in her sweatpants with no makeup on. She's confident, laid back, and says that guys like the fact that they can take her anywhere and don't have to worry about entertaining her. She has found it hard to find the one, but she says Matt is definitely her type and she's willing to take a chance if it means finding forever love. She's scared of the dark. She hates it when people eat food off her plate, and sunflowers make her very happy. And that's Casandra. Now we have Chelsea, 28, runway model from Brooklyn. After graduating college and getting a full-time job in corporate America, Chelsea did one of the most outrageous things she's ever done in her life. She quit her job, strutted her way into the world of modeling, and never looked back. That is super brave. Chelsea's dating life was pretty non-existent until she was in college, and her only relationship ended a year and a half ago when, after 5 years of being together, she felt she had outgrown him. Good for you, girl. So many people just stay in a relationship because it's like, oh, we've been together for 5 years, I don't want to start over. So that's, I don't know. I'm really impressed by that, by people who are able to walk away and see that I'm not growing as a person and it's time to find myself and find someone else who I can grow with. I really respect that. Now that she's spent some time playing the field, she says she has a clearer idea of what she wants out of a relationship. Chelsea loves a man who will go the extra mile to show how they really feel and really appreciates it when someone can be vulnerable and an open communicator. Her dream man will join her as she wines and dines throughout the city, and while she doesn't need it, a man who loves to spoil her from time to time is always a plus. Chelsea can't wait to find a husband, and she's hoping to find that with Matt. She's currently learning Spanish online. Her favorite meal is snacks, especially if popcorn and hot Cheetos are on the menu. One day, Chelsea wants to swim with stingrays. Alright, I'm feeling positive vibes from her. First of all, I also prefer snacks to meals. And I don't know, I just really respect women who are, and people in general, who are able to walk away from a long-term relationship. And it's scary. I've been there. It wasn't 5 years, but it was really scary. But I'm glad I did now, a few years later, and I just have a lot of respect for that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm explaining it well enough. This is Corrinne, 22, marketing manager from Pomfret, Connecticut. Happy with her life in Connecticut, Corrinne is ready to find someone that would be a great addition to her already wonderful world. Corrinne comes from a big loving family and does marketing for the family business, a high-end Italian restaurant. She strives to surround herself with positivity and says that she is at her very happiest, sitting at the beach with the sun shining down on her face. Corrinne is looking for a man who will prioritize settling down over having a busy nightlife and partying. She wants someone who is serious about creating a life with her and who will match her unwavering loyalty. Her dream man will support her in both her personal and professional endeavors and will let her do the same for him by saying that she always wants to water him so that he is constantly growing as a human, son, friend, etc. Okay. Like a plant. Corrinne wants someone who is loyal through the ups and downs and promises that as a wife, her partner will never have to question that she's always on their team. She loves Disney World and has been there more times than she can count. She once snuck into an abandoned insane asylum in the middle of the night. Before Corrinne has kids, she wants to experience life living in New York City. Okay. She doesn't stand out a lot to me. But no red flags, I don't think. This is Emani, 25, realtor from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Emani is the first to admit that she isn't an outwardly lovey-dovey kind of person, but that doesn't mean that her desire for love doesn't run deep. She describes herself as goofy, selfless, and sensitive, and while she hasn't had much luck finding love thus far, she's here hoping that meeting Matt can change that. Emani is looking for someone caring, driven, and to be her best friend. She's the kind of woman who would rather go to a sophisticated jazz bar over a baseball game, and whose dream date consists of sharing a bottle of fine red wine and spending the night immersed in meaningful conversation. She loves to cook and says that her favorite way to show her man how she feels is through an old-fashioned, home-cooked meal. Emani says her turnoffs are emotional instability, physical instability, and financial instability. Really, instability of any kind. What does physical instability mean? Like, you trip a lot? Or One thing that's very important to Emani is that the man she brings home is willing to love her family as much as she does. If the family says it's a no-go, then unfortunately that is where the journey ends. I can totally see her going to hometowns and her family causing drama. But, alright. Emani enjoys throwing solo dance parties in her bedroom. When asked if she could be anyone else for a day, she said she would be herself because she's pretty cool. I can't deal with that. I really hope she was joking and they put that in there to make her look bad. Emani's favorite music is 90s R&B. Okay, so that's Emani. Little bit of a red flag there. But again, we'll see. Next we have Illeana, 25, health food developer from New York, New York. She's a perfect mix of beauty and brains. She's an entrepreneur who recently co-developed her own nutritional snack called Funky Monkey Energy and has big dreams of making a name for herself in the health food world. After ending her last relationship of 4.5 years and living her best life in Manhattan, Illeana says she's ready to settle down and find her missing puzzle piece. She's done the work to know exactly what she wants out of her partner and says that first and foremost she needs someone whose values align with hers. That's pretty standard, isn't it? Illeana is the type of woman who would rather cuddle up on the couch with a glass of wine and spend quality time together pondering life's unsolvable mysteries than hit the town and go bar hopping. Alright, this sounds like a not like other girls situation again. I think a lot of us want to cuddle up on the couch with a glass of wine. Pondering life's unsolvable mysteries just sounds stupid. I'm sorry. She's looking to find her best friend and to create the kind of love that makes you glow from the inside out. She says she loves love more than anything and knows she's found it when she and her man feel invincible to the world. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling this contestant. I'm very sorry. I'm just not. Okay, I'm about to change my mind now because she has an orange tabby cat named Sir Theo who goes to the bathroom in the toilet and wears a bow tie. He's very sophisticated. Okay, I just did a total 180 because I love orange tabby cats and I love this entire sentence. I'm sorry, Illeana, I doubted you. Now I love you. Growing up, she was on a synchronized ice skating team. That's really cool, actually. And she has a major weakness for snacking. I kind of wonder if the producers are kind of screwing her over with these weird descriptions here. Because this whole cat thing I can't hate someone with a cat like that. I'm sorry. Next we have Jessenia. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Jessenia, 27, social media marketer from San Antonio, Texas. So I'm really curious about these social media marketers. Is this like a more professional sounding way of saying influencer? Or do they like work for a brand and do social media marketing? I don't know. I'm curious about what her job actually is. She's the total package of brains, beauty, and an infectious personality. Okay, the last one said something really similar. She was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, and is a former pageant queen, even receiving the title of Miss El Paso in 2016. After recently ending her most recent relationship, Jessenia is hoping to find her true counterpart in Matt. Jessenia loves a man who takes initiative, is adventurous, and who will keep life exciting and unpredictable. Her soulmate also must love dogs because Jessenia currently has 3 of them. Wow. One thing Jessenia cannot stand is a man who will not get off their phone, especially if it's during date night. Oh yeah, not the no-no. Jessenia wants someone with whom she can travel the world, but who will also indulge in a fabulous staycation. She's a true romantic and says she daydreams about what it will be like when she finally meets the man of her dreams. She loves escape rooms. If she could live in any other decade, it would be the 80s because of the music and super funky fashion, and she hopes to live in France for at least a year. Alright, I'm liking her. Okay, she seems cool. Next up we have Kaili, if I'm pronouncing that right. She's a 26-year-old hostess from Chicago. She says she doesn't like to take herself too seriously, but that doesn't mean she isn't serious about finding love. She's witty, charismatic, and not afraid to laugh at herself, and is hoping to find those same qualities in her future husband. She loves to show affection through spending quality time with her partner, performing acts of service, and making sure that her man knows their voice is being heard. Okay, so she knows the 5 love languages for sure. Really curious why they used a gender-neutral pronoun for man. Couldn't you just say knows his voice is being heard? I guess you could have, can you be a gender-neutral man? Is that a thing? I don't know, food for thought. Anyway, when she's in love, she says that there is no one you would rather have in your corner because her loyalty is unwavering. The man of her dreams is introspective, empathetic, and can join her on her daily sunset runs on the beach, followed by a romantic picnic. She says she's never dated anyone that her family has truly been excited about, and she's hoping to change that when Matt comes into the picture. Alright, we have potential hometown drama there, which I love. She's dyed her hair every color in the book. At her high school graduation, she tripped on the stage as she went to get her diploma, and one day she dreams of completing an ultramarathon. Alright, she seems cool, no red flags, you know. Still, it's so hard to tell from these bios, but it's also hard to tell from watching a totally produced and edited show. You never really get to know these people, so it's all about, you know, making snap judgments. Basically, just totally judging people in a way you're really not supposed to, but this environment just kind of breeds that, and I don't know, I guess it's fun. As long as it's not harmful. Don't go into people's social media and say that you hate them. Anyway, I digress. This is Katie. She's 29. She's a bank marketing manager from Renton, Washington. She knows exactly what she wants in a man and is done wasting her time on boys who won't live up to her expectations. She's a witty storyteller who says when she finds someone worth committing to, she's the most loving and committed partner anyone could ask for. Katie is daring and adventurous. While Katie is serious about finding her person, she needs a man who can laugh along with her, but is okay with him laughing at her too when the moment calls for it. She's looking for a mature man who has ambitions to succeed in everything he does, both personally and professionally. Her dream man will be passionate about building a long-term life with her and will treat Katie as his equal in the relationship. Nothing turns her off more than someone who sits around playing video games all day, or a man who tries to kiss her at the inopportune moment. It's all about creating the right vibe with Katie. Will Matt be able to live up to Katie's standards? Her idea of a fun date is going skinny dipping. She would love to host her own talk show one day. And she once planned a dog flash mob that got a huge turnout. Okay, I like that. I'm into that. A dog flash mob. Alright, Katie, I see you. This is Khaylah. She's 28 and a healthcare advocate from Durham, North Carolina. She's a unique soul who is driven and passionate about the health work she does in her community. While she loves that her work means a lot to the people of Durham, it means so much more to her because life is all about giving back. She's been overly committed to her job, but she doesn't look at that negatively. However, she's now able to focus on herself and put herself first. Khaylah says she is a hopeless romantic and that she's looking for a man to truly sweep her off her feet. That might be tricky because, you know, when you go on The Bachelor, you're the one competing and they don't really have to impress you. But I guess sometimes they do. We'll see. She says she can be shy at first, but once she feels that spark, it's on. Nothing turns Khaylah on more than a respectful man with emotional intelligence and a desire to give back. Okay, emotional intelligence has been discussed far too much in this show. But yes, that is a trait that is good to have in a man. A life full of love and service is one that Khaylah is dedicated to, and we think that together she and Matt can make the world a better place. She lives for a good tailgate. She idolizes Rihanna. She only likes camping if she's glamping. Alright, I think I like her. But girl, camping is fun, come on. It's okay, it's not for everyone. I think I like her. She seems alright. Okay. Kimberly, 28, airline recruiter from Seattle, Washington. Kimberly is the kind of woman who radiates joy and happiness everywhere she goes. She's a carefree soul who would have no problem picking up her life and moving to a new town on a whim. I can respect that because I could not. Kimberly describes herself as funny, loyal, and trustworthy, and will be the voice of reason and shoulder to cry on if need be. She values a healthy lifestyle and wants to find a man whose enthusiasm for staying fit aligns with hers. She also loves picnics, good snacks, and when the weather permits, going on the hunt for Seattle's best sunset viewpoints. When it comes to relationships, Kimberly always tries to keep it real and is not afraid to step away if her expectations aren't being met. Good for you, girl. She's looking for a grown man who will be passionate about his career while also supporting Kimberly in hers. The one thing she can't make work under any circumstances, no cats. Oh no. Is that because she's allergic? Because I am, so that's a deal breaker for me? Or because she hates them, because I know cats are definitely misunderstood. So maybe that's part of it, but I just don't trust people who don't like animals. So I don't know. Maybe she's just allergic. She's not afraid of anything except finding out that a guy she's into has a foot fetish. Oh man, that's not an experience I've ever had. Is that has that happened to her like multiple times? Or she's just really afraid of it for some reason. Moana is one of her all-time favorite movies. That's a really great movie. Don't take her on a date to a cemetery because that's a hard pass for her. Do people do that? Is that a thing? Alright, I'm a little iffy. I'm a little iffy on Kimberly. We'll see. There's no one so far that I feel like is terrible, you know? Like, oh, but she's 21 though. Is she the youngest? Wow, she's the youngest by far. I think 24 is the... Oh, yeah, she's 22. There are a lot of older women in this cast, which is awesome. It's great to see, especially... Sorry, I'm totally going off topic. Well, not off topic, but this season of The Bachelorette, they've had a lot of actually like very authentic and interesting conversations, and I think a lot of it is because they did cast an older cast for the most part, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed that, and I'm really glad to see the ages skewing up now. Not that you can't be mature and thoughtful and whatever if you're young, but when you have a bunch of like 20-year-old wannabe Instagram influencers on a show, it usually doesn't make for very captivating conversations. Sorry, Kit. I sound like I'm just totally insulting you. I'm sorry. I don't mean to do that. Okay, this is Kit. She's 21 and a fashion entrepreneur from New York City. She is a true born and raised New Yorker. She currently lives at home with her parents in the heart of the West Village while finishing her last year of undergrad at NYU. Kit hasn't had a serious relationship since her first love in high school, but that's only because she hasn't found a man who can measure up to the level of emotional intelligence she needs. Okay, first of all, emotional intelligence, once again, this franchise needs to stop with the emotional intelligence thing. But also, I really, really respect that. I really respect waiting for someone who is a really great match for you and, you know, is on your level and not settling for anything less than that. I really respect that. She's found that most guys she meets don't match her maturity level, and although she's only 21, you know, that age, I feel like a lot of guys are not to the level of maturity that you'd want at 21. But anyway, she's only 21. She's very ready for a serious commitment. She's looking for a man who's genuine, open, and honest. She's a straight shooter who has no interest in anyone who's fake or indirect. This badass woman wants to find someone who can keep up with her witty banter and hold their own in the New York social scene. She knows that she has high standards, but she has no doubt that Matt will be able to live up to the hype. She can surf in high heels. She's the first to admit she is a horrible RBF. That is resting bitch face. And men in flip-flops make it mad. Alright, that statement is a little wackadoo, but honestly, I think I like her. We'll see how this plays out. How old is Matt again? I think he's 28. Yeah, he's 28. I feel like he's not going to want to date a 21-year-old, but she'll probably be fun to watch, at least. Okay, this is Kristin. She's 27. She's an attorney from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Nice job title. She's a very smart and successful attorney who says that while she dreams of finding her perfect match, her busy career and professional ambitions haven't left her with too much spare time to date. Totally fair. She's truly wifey material. Not only is she beautiful, but she's fiercely loyal, intelligent, and credits her unmatched work ethic to her incredible mother who raised her. Kristin says she's definitely the party starter and needs a man who won't be intimidated by her natural magnetism. She also needs someone who isn't afraid of being openly affectionate because with Kristin, personal space goes out the window. Kristin wants a man who will let her be their biggest cheerleader and who will in turn be the same for her. If you want to get an edge with Kristin, she says pink roses are the way to her heart, but maybe a red rose from Matt may suffice in this case. That's a cute line. She's always up for karaoke and loves to belt out a classic Disney song. She does not share food unless both parties have previously agreed upon it. That's a great way to live. You both have to consent to the food sharing. Nothing is more important to Kristin than her oral health, and she never travels without her electric toothbrush and extra batteries just in case. Alright, I like her. She has a good job. She sounds like she has a great personality. You know, it's just a bio and a photo, but I'm getting really good vibes here. I kind of feel like she's gonna make it far. This is Lauren. She's 29 and a corporate attorney from Miami, Florida. She's a Florida girl through and through. She is a successful corporate lawyer who recently had her law reviews published. Wow, that's impressive. In Lauren's free time, she enjoys fashion, going to the beach, working out, and spending time with her girlfriends in their book club. Lauren has everything going for her, but now she wants someone to share in her many successes. She's looking for someone who's genuine and authentic. She needs to feel that the man she's with truly has her back in any situation thrown their way. I'm still noticing them using there when they're talking about man. I do wonder if this is just ABC like actually being progressive, which I really appreciate. I just wasn't expecting it. But they've gotten a lot of crap for not being very inclusive, and I think they're putting in an effort to change that image. So I have been noticing they've put there with referring to man several times, and I think that's intentional. since I've seen it a few times now, and I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, I digress. She's hoping for a family of her own one day, so she needs a mature family man who's on the same page. Another thing I've noticed is they keep using that instead of who to refer to people, so that's bothering me. So maybe, maybe this is their thing. Maybe this is their thing. Maybe I'm on the wrong track with that, and they just don't know how to use pronouns. But anyways, sorry, total tangent. Not wanting to have kids is a major deal breaker for Lauren. She says that none of the guys she's dated in the past have truly been her best friend and is hoping to change that here with Matt. She's terrified of lizards and frogs. She lives for the Christmas season. Well, you're in luck. That's where we are right now. And she loves 2000s hip-hop. Okay. I think I'm a fan. She seems smart and successful, and I really appreciate that. Oh, we have a 32-year-old. I love how in Bachelor Nation 32 is like an old person. I think she might be the only one above 30 here. Yeah, well, there's one she's 30. She's the only one above 30. That's like ancient by Bachelor standards, but I really appreciate this. I think it might be Maggie, but I could be pronouncing that wrong. So Maggie, 32, pharmacist from Adwa, Ethiopia. That's really cool. Okay. She's a beautiful, kind-hearted woman whose striking looks are only a small part of her story. She grew up in a small village in Ethiopia, and while she says moving to the US was the scariest thing she's ever done, she doesn't regret it one bit. Maggie was only able to move here after she literally won the Diversity Visa Lotto. Wow. She's so grateful for all the opportunities she's been given in life and knows firsthand to never take anything for granted. People often describe her as being too nice, but she sees her kindness as her biggest strength and knows there's power and resilience behind it. She's loyal, honest, and has a very positive outlook on the world. Maggie is looking for a partner in life. Someone she can share everything with and who has a love and compassion for culture like she does. When she's not working or studying to further her career, she loves to explore her town's historical buildings, drink wine at her favorite local restaurants, and spend nights in with her girlfriends watching movies. What is her town? Now I want to know where in the US she's from. Meeting Matt will be a very new and exciting experience for Maggie. She grew up in a place where arranged marriages were very common, so she's excited to be here to show the women back home that everyone deserves to choose who they love. She runs a nonprofit that supplies shoes to girls back in her hometown. Growing up, she loved playing ping pong, and the best surprise she ever got was 2 front-row tickets to a Beyoncé concert. That's a really good surprise. Alright, I really like her. I hope she makes it far. Marie. I'm gonna go with Mari. 24, marketing director, Odenton, Maryland. She's a former beauty queen living the American dream. After moving to Maryland from Puerto Rico as a teenager, Mari enrolled in college and competed in pageants, most recently winning Miss Maryland USA in 2019 and placing top 10 at Miss USA. Now she's a career-focused woman on the go who's ready to find the love of her life and settle down. She says that as a partner, she's very nurturing and thoughtful and hopes to find a man who values her and gives her the same. She describes herself as a romantic, thoughtful, all-in partner and loves to make her significant other happy by cooking for them, planning small surprises, and giving massages. Mari loves her job and says it's very important that she have her own thing going for her. She also loves that she can work completely remote because she can't wait to have kids and wants to be a working mom that shows young women they truly can have it all. She loves to sing, even though she admits she's not great at it. Mari is planning to get her boating license, and visiting an elephant sanctuary in Thailand is at the top of her bucket list. Alright. Well, she seems pretty good. Next up is Marylynn. I'm going to say Marylynn, 28, event coordinator from Studio City, California. She needs a man who's ready to commit and not afraid to wear his heart on his sleeves. Sleeves? Isn't it heart on his sleeve? Okay. She wants a stable man who will love her unconditionally, someone who's loyal to the core and who would be a rock for her when life throws the inevitable curveball their way. In 5 years, Marylynn hopes to be married with 2 or more rescue dogs. I love that. And living a productive, inspirational, healthy life with the support of her man by her side. She hopes to start several companies focused around promoting environmental welfare and healthy lifestyle choices, and will need her soulmate to share her goals of making the world a better place. She doesn't see herself with anyone who's lazy, introverted, or someone who doesn't prioritize their health and hygiene. She says that finding her life partner has always been a top priority, and that experiencing true and undeniable love is the ultimate goal, because it's something so special and unique. Will Matt be Marylynn's person, or will her search for the perfect love story continue on? She loves Disneyland. She hopes to start a nonprofit that helps the environment reduce and eventually eradicate single-use plastic. And she grew up surfing, but she's terrified of sharks. I really appreciate the environmental activism here. That's a yes from me. And it's actually... Oh, I was like, how are there no more names after M? Because I am not done yet. Alright, we got a few more young people here. So let's see. This is MJ, 23, hairstylist from Hudson, Ohio. MJ is a beauty expert who sees the beauty of life in all that she does. She grew up in a small island in Lake Erie where she loved being outdoors and on the water. She's passionate about making people feel better about themselves and says that her calling in life is to make the world a more beautiful place. She wants a man who will be just as giving as she is and will shower her with the reciprocated love she deserves. She dreams of settling down with someone reliable, decisive, and family-oriented, and says that she needs a man who will be as fiercely loyal to her as she is to them. MJ is very social and wants to find a man who will let her maintain her independence and won't add unnecessary drama to her life. She loves a man with a plan, but has no interest in someone with an inflated ego or unrealistic expectations. She also can't deal with someone who's never on time. She's charming and memorable, and once she enters the Bachelor bubble, we don't think Matt will have any trouble keeping her on his mind. This bio's kind of weird. I feel like it doesn't say a lot about who she is, and it's a lot about what she doesn't want in a partner, so it comes off a little bit negative. But she loves disco music and says it's her favorite music to dance to. She says the best trip of her life was camping in the Sahara Desert. She enjoys a good spicy margarita. I think these are good fun facts, though, so maybe she just got the short end of the stick with the bio writing there. It just sounds like a list of do-nots, you know? Okay, this is Pieper? Pieper doesn't make sense. I'm gonna go with Pieper. 23, grad student, Happy Valley, Oregon. Don't discount Pieper as just a pretty face because there's way more to this stunner than meets the eye. She's truly the total package. Pieper has a dynamite personality, a creative mind, a master's degree in marketing, and a wonderful family who has supported all her endeavors. The only thing missing for Pieper, a man to enjoy life by her side. Okay, I'm kind of getting tired of all the bios being like, well, now she needs a man. I'm like, I know, that's why they're coming on the show. We know that. She's caring, giving, and loves to learn what brings her partner joy so she can foster that happiness. She loves to spend quality time with her significant other, but also very much values independence and having parts of her life that remain her own. Yes, girl, that's how you gotta do it. Pieper needs someone with confidence and someone who knows what they want in life because forethought is so important to her. It's easy to see what makes Pieper a total catch, and we think Matt will have no problem seeing it too. She's very into European cars and dreams of owning a Rolls Royce one day. She loves her grandma the most in this world and calls her Graham Cracker. That's adorable. She's not into picnics because the idea of sitting on the ground and eating is not appealing to her. What a dumb fun fact. Where do they... They could have put something so much better there. I'm sure they have, like, so much content from their interviews, and they decide she hates picnics. That's her fun fact. But anyway, that's Pieper. I think I like her. This is Rachael, 24, graphic designer. There's another typo. Come on, ABC. From Cumming, Georgia. I'm sure there will be many jokes about that. With beautiful eyes and personality to match, Rachael is a southern sweetheart with a close-knit family, while ABC loves their southern belles. Though Rachael says she's a hopeless romantic to her core, she's never been in love and believes that Matt may just be the guy to change that. Rachel's hoping that her love story will be something huge and life-altering. See, that's totally unrealistic to me, but it's perfect for someone going on this show. She wants to look back on her life when she's old and feel like she's made the absolute most out of every single day. Nothing makes her happier than a good movie, good wine, and charcuterie boards. Rachael needs a man who will make every day with her something to tell their future children about, and says, at the end of the day, love is what makes your life more special than others. Life can be hard and really difficult and dark at times, but if you have someone by your side that loves you more than they love themselves, that makes it all worth it in the end. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm not really feeling her because she sounds like one of those people who thinks that your relationship should be like a rom-com, and therefore the expectations are always way too high and unrealistic, and then you're just always unhappy. That's just what these statements say to me. But it is the perfect mindset for going on a show like this, so, there's that. Rachel's favorite way to pass the time is by doodling. She hates slow drivers. Don't we all, girl? She's very neat with organization and cleanliness, and messy with plans and schedule. That's funny. I'm the opposite, I think. I'm messy, disorganized in my home, but I can keep plans and a schedule. Okay, so I'm iffy. I'm iffy. But I think that mindset on relationships definitely makes for a good contestant on this show. You have to have kind of unrealistic expectations of relationships in order to be okay with getting engaged to someone you just met a few weeks ago and had very, very little off-camera time with. So, it makes sense, but it's not how I live my life. All right, I'm going to butcher her name. Saneh, 25, IT consultant, Denver, Colorado. Okay, I already like her. IT, Denver. What is there not to like here? Please don't have any red flags. Beautiful Saneh has a contagious zest for life. From swimming with sharks in South Africa to being inducted into the University of Florida Hall of Fame for outstanding leadership, service, and academic achievement, nothing is out of reach for her. This energetic Florida native has a 1,000-watt smile and is here to find a man she can proudly bring home to meet her family in Florida. After learning a lot from her last serious relationship, she has a refreshed outlook on life and feels that Matt could be that perfect addition she's been looking for. She describes her perfect man as selfless, ambitious, considerate, and empathetic. She loves any activity that puts her in the great outdoors, from hiking and kayaking to sunrise yoga at Red Rocks Amphitheater, and hopes to find a partner who will always be up for an adventure with her. She wants nothing more than to go on the adventure of a lifetime with the hopes of finding a love that will be life-changing. We hope so too. She completed her first marathon when she was 16 years old. People who don't return their shopping cart at the grocery store drive her crazy. Yes, girl. Thank you. And she had a pet parrot for most of her childhood. Okay, she's my favorite right now. I don't know. She just sounds awesome. Please don't disappoint me. Good vibes, man. This is Sarah, 24, broadcast journalist from San Diego, California. She always dreamed of finding her fairy tale ending. She comes from an incredibly close-knit family and says that her parents are the true example of the loving and loyal relationship that she wants for herself one day. She's been in 2 serious relationships, but unfortunately neither turned out to be her Prince Charming. She enjoys traveling, trying new foods, going to concerts, tennis, hiking, and biking. That's like a good amount of hobbies. She's hoping to find a man who prioritizes fitness and a healthy lifestyle just as much as she does, and wants someone who will turn every day into an adventure better than the last. One thing that's very important to Sarah is finding a man whose commitment to faith is as strong as hers. She hopes to one day be in a power couple that when they're not spending time with their kids, they're doing work for the community and giving back to children in need. She's truly a hopeless romantic. Will Sarah get the fairy tale ending that she's always wanted with Matt? Only time will tell. I love these dramatic endings to the descriptions. She's a trained fire dancer. That's really cool. Her personal superhero is Oprah Winfrey, and she dabbles in photography as a hobby. Okay, I feel like her bio, no red flags, but just didn't really stand out to me, but I really like these fun facts of her, so now I like her. That's Sarah. I'm glad they include those fun facts, because the bios are sometimes just like, what? I still don't know who you are. This is Serena C. Is there another Serena? Oh, we have 2 Serenas. Serena C, 24, flight attendant from San Francisco. She's a free spirit who loves adventure and is always up for a good time. After spending time in quarantine, she's taken the time to really think about what qualities she wants in a partner, and she's here because she thinks that Matt James may be her perfect match. Isn't that why everyone's there? Or for Instagram followers, but you know. She's looking for a man with charisma, good character, and someone with whom she can have a strong physical connection. Serena C's idea of a perfect date is getting all dressed up for a fancy night out, taking in the sunset over good champagne, and a thought-provoking conversation. She needs a man who wants to be professionally successful, but is also a free spirit like her with dreams of traveling the world. Serena C says that it really takes a special kind of man to lock her down, and we think Matt may be just the man she's been waiting for. Nothing makes her happier than when she puts together the perfect outfit. She's not a fan of birthday attention. She loves bottomless mimosas and says her favorite food is chicken wings. Okay, just doesn't really stand out to me, but like nothing bad in here. This is Serena P, 22, publicist, Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Another Canadian from Toronto. For as long as she can remember, Serena P has been a believer that no matter what your age is, when you know, you know. Serena P has always led a disciplined lifestyle and says she's never really taken the time to pursue true love, but now this typically logical thinker is throwing her rulebook out the window and is ready to meet the man of her dreams. She's looking to find a man who will enjoy spending quality time with her, whether they're having beers at a low-key bar or sitting courtside at a Toronto Raptors game. For her, it's all about having fun and growing in life together. She needs a man with ambition who will be her teammate in life. He also has to be willing to share his food with her, saying, if they don't let me taste their food, I don't know if the relationship could survive. I kind of hope she ends up fighting with the 2 women. I think there were 2 women who in their bios said they don't like sharing food. If they could have a stupid fight over that, that would be great. Please make it happen, producers. She knows true love is real, but is waiting to find it, and she's hoping to experience that the second she meets our bachelor. She's chronically hangry. That's relatable. She would love to have a pet chicken so she could have a pet and an endless supply of eggs all in one. Learning how to change a tire is at the top of her bucket list. I feel like that's more of a to-do list than a bucket list. But I really like these fun facts, and cool, she's fine by me. I think she's cool. I too would love to have a pet and an endless supply of eggs all in one. That's hilarious. Okay. Oh man. This is Sydney, 28, marketing specialist from Nashville, Tennessee. She's a strong, opinionated woman who knows what she wants and isn't afraid to vocalize it. If her family could use one word to describe her, it would be opinionated. And she wholeheartedly agrees, saying her role in life is to give facts over being a shoulder to cry on. She may come off as tough, but just because she's blunt doesn't mean she isn't also a romantic at heart. Though she says she's not your typical Southern belle, she says she's a traditional romantic and hopes to find a man who will put effort into wooing her. Again, someone said something similar earlier, and this is not the place for you to find love if you want to be pursued. You have to do the pursuing here. I wonder if those are the women who are going to have a really hard time with there being other women around. She's always believed that opposites attract and dreams of finding a man with a mellow demeanor to balance out her outgoing personality. She hates awkward dinner conversation and says a man with big goals for the future is her biggest turn-on. She wants someone who will bring what she does to a relationship: love, loyalty, motivation, and support, and says that she's not looking to settle for any average Joe Schmo. Nothing bothers Sydney more than people who beat around the bush, so let's hope Matt is ready to get straight to the point with Sydney. Amusement parks creep her out? Okay. She's embarrassed to admit it, but growing up she loved the Twilight books. And she's allergic to avocados. That's really sad. Alright, that's Sydney. I'm sorry. Okay, this is Victoria. She's 27, and apparently her profession is queen. She's from LA. I need a second to collect myself. Victoria, or Queen Victoria as she likes to refer to herself, has outgrown her once-upon-a-time jet-setter lifestyle, but not her sense of grandeur. Victoria has shifted focus towards entrepreneurship and has launched a few businesses in the health and beauty space. So we can't say her job is entrepreneur? We're calling her queen? Sounds like she has a real job. Why aren't we? Okay, ABC. Victoria knows she has a big personality and needs a strong man who can keep up, but who won't be controlling in any way, shape, or form. The top things Victoria needs in a relationship are loyalty, honesty, and independence. Meditation and spirituality play a huge role in Victoria's life, and to find someone who also is would be a huge plus for her. This is written very poorly, but whatever. Victoria loves romance, and with her love language being physical touch, she hopes to find someone who appreciates that side of her. Victoria truly has no filter, which she loves about herself, and plans to be very forward in her pursuit of Matt. This girl knows what she wants, and good luck to anyone who tries to stop her. I'm calling it now. She's gonna be the girl who always pulls him first, who's always getting more time with him, because she's very aggressive, and everyone's gonna hate her. And it's actually really funny that she's named Victoria, because I think it was the last Bachelor season there were 2 Victorias. Did everyone hate both of them or just one of them? I don't even remember anymore. She lives for the perfect Aperol spritz. The light of her life is Coco, her golden doodle. I love those. Her biggest turnoff is a man who can't keep his room clean. Okay. I think she's the first person who's really stood out to me as someone who will probably create drama, which is funny because I think she's the last one. So yeah, those are my first impressions. Overall, I really, really like this cast. A lot of them seem to be legitimately successful and like not vapid is the word that's coming to mind right now. I don't think that's quite the right word, but you know, it skews older. They seem more mature than the casts we've been getting in the past few years. And none of them except for Victoria, the queen, stood out to me as people who would create a lot of drama. So I'm really, really curious to see how this season goes. I really hope it's a little bit more serious in terms of their conversations, but more lighthearted in terms of the fun. Like, I don't like the overly produced drama where they fight for no reason and you know that the producers like turn them against each other to make it happen. I like seeing them interact and having fun and supporting each other. Personally, I like a little bit of dumb drama, but yeah, anyway, I really like this cast overall, and I'm really looking forward to this season, so, yep. So that's it. I hope this was a little bit fun, maybe a little relaxing. I think I laughed a little bit too much for it to be relaxing, but I had a lot of fun. And yeah, okay, bye.